Hi, I'm Dana Denha, and you're watching FYI. Halloween is upon us, and in typical FYI fashion, we join forces with Martyr Paranormal Research Team on the hunt for ghostly encounters. For years, Martyr investigators have been working with homeowners in Willis, Michigan, Sherry and Don, on a property they are renovating that will eventually become a bed and breakfast for paranormal enthusiasts. This is just a portion of the activity at the house on Willis Road.
We came in here and animals had been living in here for like 7 years. There was a hole in the back wall you could drive a Volkswagen through. It was a mess in here, and it was funny that we walked through as well. This feels like home. This could be nice. So we placed a bid on the house.
I grew up about 1.5 miles up the road, so I was familiar with the house. I remember when the nuns would be out in the yard, and being little, that was kind of odd to me to see nuns hanging around on a regular house, and I didn't understand that it was a house for teenage mothers that were unwed. This was back in like 68, early 70s. But he really loved the house.
We had met Sherry and Don from our connection with the Ypsilanti Historical Museum. They had reports that the house had a long history of being active and wanted a group to come in and take a look. The first winter we couldn't even get in there. There was no heat, no electricity, not even running water. Completely gutted. It wasn't until the next spring was our first time in there. Ever since, we have been returning because of the activity levels in the house. I have actually met other people that used to live in the house that basically have told me they would never step foot on that property again. They are afraid of the house completely.
What did you wanted to tell me?
The house was kind of a well-kept secret because the close neighbors came over while we was working in the yard one day, and they said, "You know that house is haunted." And we said no, but I had a previous experience. I was carrying furniture in one night to get it out of our house because we were selling it, and I'm going out the back door, and as I'm opening up the door to go out, I hear this "good night," and I thought, no, I didn't hear that. That must have been something else. And so I never said anything about it. When the neighbors started coming over and telling us stories about people levitating off the beds at night and other stuff in here, we started wondering, and we've seen and heard a lot of stuff in this house, and other people have too. So I'm now a firm believer in ghosts. I wasn't sure about it before, but I believe in it now.
We had also heard that they made alcohol in the basement during Prohibition and ran it on the railroad tracks.
We learned that night from our sensitive that there is an older gentleman there who is kind of upset that his whiskey is missing. We actually have gotten EVPs a couple of years ago that made references to alcohol that I kind of dismissed because we did not have anything to back it. Now they're kind of fitting into place. And so if Beverly is correct with her insight,
well, I think they're in jail.
I would say there's a guy downstairs that's kind of upset that his whiskey is missing.
He's looking for bottles of alcohol, and it's gone, and he's really mad.
Please feel free to tell me what you want to tell me.
The paranormal group that's come out, they've done several investigations here. They found a child out in the woods that they talked to.
I walked into the woods that night and I was looking straight into the woods, and for the first time I saw an apparition. It was standing right in front of me and I wouldn't have even noticed it other than it turned and moved and walked behind a tree and disappeared. The reason I would say it was an apparition, it did not have any legs. I could see its upper body, but no legs, and yeah, it's kind of gave me a little startle there.
I saw him.
You saw him?
I saw him.
The little boy or the guy?
I don't know who it was. I didn't get introductions, but I did see him.
I had set up the cameras there for 3 months. The one picture that we did get, I wasn't sure when it was until I put it up for the martyr people to look at. The first person that looked at it said, "It looks like he's looking into a bag." The SB7 Spirit Box is a radio that will skip through radio stations and you can speed it up or slow it down. In this case, you can tell it was probably up towards 100 milliseconds, which is a very fast skip rate through the frequencies. To be able to get this kind of a line, that many words, same voice, except for the woman that speaks at the end, is pretty rare.
One theory is that people that have died don't realize that they've died, and that's why they're still here. So if they were in a mental state, they didn't understand what was going on or not fully understood and knew no other place to go, maybe they just decided to stay. Don says when he dies, he's staying too.
We're always seeing, always hearing something in here, and it's gotten to the point that I probably shouldn't say this, but a lot of times we hear noises, we don't even go look anymore because you just figure ain't gonna be nothing there, so we just don't bother looking.
Every area from upstairs to the basement, the grade floor, and the outside has had activity that we've either, we've gotten on recorders or cameras, or even some personal experiences if, you count my apparition. It's a great location and the people there are some of the best.
Another hauntingly successful year with Martyr Paranormal Research Team. If you happen to know any details about the history of 10015 Willis Road, email Sherry Berry at berryfun@aol.com. Thanks for tuning in. Happy hunting.